Welcome to the Great Basin Smoke Dispersion Briefing for Monday, January 27th. Over the last 30 days, we've seen very dry conditions over the southern half of the Great Basin, where little if any precipitation has occurred over southern Nevada. Further north, we've only seen near normal precipitation in some areas of Idaho into the higher terrain of Utah. Otherwise, precipitation in the lower elevations has remained below normal. Over the last 72 hours, we have had some new snowfall over the northern half of the Great Basin, especially across the higher terrain of Idaho into northern Utah, but also some light snowfall over parts of northern and northeast Nevada and back into the Sierra over the weekend. Looking at our snow depth, you can see the image on the right where the snow depth is tied to the higher terrain. Looking at how this relates to normal, the only areas that are really above normal for snowpack for the time of year are across the eastern half of the Great Basin, across Utah, and areas further south. Over the rest of Idaho into northern and western Nevada, snowpack either remains near normal or just below normal. We have no significant concerns with drought across the Great Basin despite the dry areas over southern areas of the basin. We still do not have any drought concerns. Looking at the satellite over the past several hours this morning, you can see the area of low pressure is now moving over the eastern half of the Great Basin, so we still have some clouds and light showers across Idaho, Wyoming, and Utah today. However, we will see drier conditions continue over western and southern areas of the Great Basin with just some cloud cover. Looking at our weather pattern for later this afternoon, again, you can see some clouds, again, moving into parts of northern areas of the Great Basin, and there may be some light showers still across Idaho as we move into later today. We will have fairly poor dispersion over much of the Great Basin. However, areas over southern Nevada, southern Utah, and the Arizona Strip will have still some breezy winds today, so we will have better dispersion over southern areas. And you can see those gusty winds across parts of Utah and the Arizona Strip, especially in the higher terrain of the central Utah mountains. Mixing heights will remain moderate to high over the southern half of the region and much lower further north across Idaho. On Tuesday, we will have another weak area of low pressure moving across the northern half of the Great Basin. This may just produce some very light showers over parts of Idaho into northern Utah, otherwise just some cloud cover. Temperatures will remain near to just above normal over the next couple of days across the Great Basin. We also will have a little bit more breezy winds over parts of western and northern Nevada as we move into Tuesday, so we will see dispersion improve over those areas, but otherwise poor across the Great Basin. You can see those gusty winds over northwest Nevada, general wind gusts around 25 or 30 miles per hour, nothing overly strong, but enough to improve dispersion over those areas with much lighter winds over southern and eastern areas of the basin. Mixing heights will remain in the low to moderate range. As we move into Wednesday, we will see that area of low pressure dive further south and east, so we will see some fairly strong winds over parts of southern Nevada into southwest Utah and the Arizona Strip on Wednesday. These will be northerly winds, which may drive the temperatures down a little bit, but still remain near normal for the time of year. You will see dispersion will improve significantly over southern areas of the Great Basin in the area of those stronger winds. And you can see those winds in the image on the right for Wednesday. Wind gusts anywhere between about 35 and 40 miles per hour will be likely over the southern areas of the basin, and then wind-prone areas will see a little bit stronger winds, along with the higher terrain of the Sierra. Mixing heights will remain on the high side over southern areas and much lower where winds are light further north. Looking at the 3-day amount of precipitation, you can see today we will see those areas of showers over parts of the eastern half of the basin, and then any of these storms for the next couple of days will target generally Idaho. Especially the higher terrain might see some better amounts of precipitation, but for the most part, generally lighter showers. As we move into Thursday, we will see a stronger ridge of high pressure start to build off the west coast. We will continue with those northerly winds on the east side of the ridge on Thursday, so it will keep dispersion a little bit higher over the southern half of the Great Basin, along with still some breezier winds for another day. As we move into Friday, that ridge starts to push eastward. We will see temperatures increasing more significantly later this week and into the weekend. We will see temperatures anywhere from 15 to 20 degrees above normal for the time of year, where valley highs will reach into the 60s and 70s over parts of the central and southern half of the Great Basin. We will see lighter winds as this ridge moves in, so dispersion will be decreasing as we move Friday into Saturday. And so the warmest temperatures will likely occur on Saturday across much of the Great Basin as this area of high pressure starts to move eastward. As we move into later on the day on Sunday and into early next week, we will see the next cold front drop down from the north. This will significantly decrease temperatures back to well below normal, so we will see again a 15 to 20 degree shift in temperatures as we move from Sunday into the early part of next week. That will also bring some snow showers to all elevations as that cold front moves through, and also some stronger winds. The forecast amount of precipitation from Thursday through Saturday, again, is very light. Any showers we see will be minimal and on the northern side of the Great Basin as that ridge moves in overhead before that next cold front later next weekend. Looking at the 8 to 14-day outlook, taking us into the first week of February, we're looking at cooler conditions over northern and western areas of the basin, however, drier conditions, and temperatures will remain near to above normal over eastern areas, which is where the better chance of precipitation will occur. That concludes our webcast for today. Check back on Wednesday for the latest updates.